course, it's not correct. Okay, so it's goal minus ball, so that's going to take us towards this thing, right? So it needs to be ball minus goal because we're actually traveling the other direction. And should we use any? I think we should just use the Y direction. Like, we shouldn't actually. Yeah, we're gonna break this thing here, and we're only going to take the Y direction, so the left and right of this thing. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to our on. On animation end. So unlock animation, stop, aim, shoot. We're gonna actually do perform aim shot. So we're just gonna do a high hit here on this and see how it works to start with. You have an interview with EA Frostbite next week. Is that the engine team then? If they ask you if you play any EA games, would you have any advice what to say? I haven't really played any other games, nor am I really interested in playing the genres they create, so I feel I'm just going to run it all. There's chances to work for them when they should ask. I mean, you're always gonna. I mean, who is asking if you play EA games? That would be the question. Because if it's the recruiter asking if you play EA games, you never know. They might just be, they might be wanting to get you a free game that's like it. A lot of the things with interviewing at EA, I'm pretty sure they take you to the EA store, and I know like the first day, like they give you free games and shit like that. So maybe they're trying to see what you like, so they could give you a free game. If it's like a member of the team asking you, or a team leader or something, I mean, a lot of people, especially if it's an engine team or whatever, they probably won't play their own games. Let's be honest. So that's our blink ability. I'm not sure what EAV? EAV. Careers at EA Vancouver. I mean, that would be the Vancouver studio, I would guess. What do they do? Are they the Mass Effect people? Because yeah, you're in Canada, right? So, what they do? FIFA. Home to the development support teams. Motion capture. So sports is what it looks like. Is what they do. Let's see what they're looking for. They're looking for random software engineer positions. Yeah, they have a lot of openings. Looks like FIFA has a shitload of openings. So it's probably FIFA that would be looking at stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten plenty of cool shit in interviews. One interview, I got like a free game, a free T-shirt, and like a free board game, and all this other shit. Like I was at Petroglyph, so definitely game studios tend to make interviews fun. If you do it on site, they'll give you free shit all the time. All right, so the question is, should we set the facing direction? I think we'll want to set the facing direction as well. So we want to get the sign of the this guy. Alright, so if it's less than 0, we want to set our direction. I think it'll be left or right. We'll just swap them if we don't need to do anything else. It looks like UI. Oh man. Turn it down. Turn down the job. I would not want to be a UI engineer. I like UI and build stuff are two skills that engineers will sometimes not tell people that they actually have when they're on teams. But yeah, whatever. I don't. I'd just see how desperate you are. UI engineer, basically, you get shit on constantly. Everything's just management gets involved in UI stuff. It gets real complicated. It can be really fucking tedious. It's really important. Oh, like a game without UI sucks, but it's a real shit job. And there's only a few people. It's only 8 months. Like it's a contract position. Ugh. Well, maybe get your foot in the door, but it's actually something people actively will not tell their fellow engineers, because then they'll get put on UI work, and the UI work will forever dominate their destiny from then forward, and people end up just fucking rage quitting because of that shit. It's probably why they're gonna look at anybody for it. Yeah, but it's it's one of those positions. You're like, oh, do you know Flash? No, I don't know Flash. I don't know anything about Flash. What is Flash, by the way? Because as soon as somebody would say, oh yeah, I know Flash, they'd be like, awesome, you're doing the chat system. And you're just like, fuck. Yes, good morning. It is actually morning. Let's go to our effects library. Alright, so we have ground pound. Do we have stealth in here anywhere? FX ball reset. No. FX, this is aimed charge. FX aimed shot blink. Alright, so let's see, what do we use for this? It's going to be stealth. 20, barely morning, but it is technically morning. FX player stealth. Alright, this is aim shot blink, so player stealth outro would be the thing. Yeah, so this would be blink start point and blink endpoint. Yeah, so it'll be blink start and blink end. Alright, so stealth intro and stealth outro. Yeah, I double clicked on it. I guess it's already there. Your other co-op interview wants to see any GUI projects you've done before. Yeah, that's kind of a dead giveaway there. Alright, so we got those set there. You don't have any? I don't know. It depends on what sort of thing. For a UI person, it usually doesn't matter too much if the actual engineer has that much experience with UI. It's more of How would you set up a a UI system? And the only answer is use events to do stuff. Anything that has to actually pull for information is bad. And then people might ask you like something like, "Oh, how would you make a mini map?" And the answer for that is it's gonna be difficult. Mini maps are a pain in the ass and are always a performance problem. I think the only answer would be I would make it very carefully. Alright. Alright, so it's going to be aim shot, blink start. It's this trash again, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Where is the effect? Alright, so we need to call two of these guys. So the very first thing is actually going to be this get world EX with our current location. Actually, I can use another sequence node. Yay, another sequence. So we'll get our entity, get actor location. Alright, so we need this pin to come down. Couldn't many maps be rendered offline though? Well, maybe the background for it, but not anything that updates on top of it. Or if you mean multi-threaded, then yes, you can do that. Aim shot blink end, and yeah, okay, cool. What is the intro effect anyway? Let's see, we've got... So we should be playing 2 of these. Let me see. Like, we don't actually try to occupy the space until... It might be because this is a constant or something like that. That it's like optimizing the variable or something? I don't know. Let's find out. It's basically you blink to the ball. Alright, so this position is that value. Can I copy this value? Yeah, it's the same value. 174. Like, this position here is supposed to be what this is, but this value here is incorrect. We're not actually getting a new location. Oh, come on, I can't click you? Why? I can't click on that. Pile of trash. It's basically a BAMF. So you can BAMF to the ball and do that. It doesn't have any animations. But is there anything with that effect that would change how this works? And this position is 3. Yeah, why is... It's in the wrong order. Come on, let me move this. I can't fucking click on this. Yeah, this is why it's sometimes easier just to write crap in C++, because dragging around these fucking wires doesn't always work. So that kind of makes it a little bit more easy to see. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh no, the bots are taking over. The bots are trying to tell me something. They're trying to tell me that lighting needs to be rebuilt. forgot my fucking water. Alright, so we need a channeled effect on this thing. I'm going to have a channeled effect that plays for the duration of it. So we need a channeled effect for charging, a channeled effect for the duration. Alright, so I need a new function here, which is going to be the aim shot effects. What lighting are you working on? I am not working on lighting. I'm just doing that. I am working on adding in a cleanup effects. Defending, low hitting. Yeah, okay. Cleanup effects is what we need. I'm working on an aimed shot. Basically, it's an ability where you will teleport to the ball. Basically, where you can hold down a button and you will perform a good shot on goal. Okay, so if aim shooting is false, if either of these effects are true, if aim shooting is false, aim channel effect is going to request stop. So It's going to be if that'll stop our effects that are playing. Well, we'll see. I'm not sure yet exactly. I'm leaning towards... It depends exactly how we want it to work. It could be... I was going over certain things with it, which is basically, should we teleport? And kind of the answer is yes, we probably should, to give the ability enough time that people would realize you're casting it. Otherwise, you'd like charge up the ability and then swing, and like it wouldn't be ready to swing, or we'd have to go into charging, like an actual like dash charging mode where you like charge towards the ball and hit it or something. So I'm gonna try with just it's accurate, and what it does is it basically you just go to the other side of the ball and do a hit, and that's just what happens. And it's always going towards the goal, but you know, it's not going to do like arc calculations where if you're all the way across the map, it'll go in. It'll just... The interesting thing is it's also a good defense move. Because you could just sit there, charge up, and then you teleport to the ball and smack it the fuck out of there. So I don't know. It's... well, I just want to play with it. And what's the dash ribbon? Alright, so aim shot channel, we'll use the player dash. So we have charging animation, and then we also have this other one. Let me see what's the ball. It's the ball team aura. What's the ball other thing. Where's ball speed? Let's see what that is. Yeah, okay, so we can use the ball speed. All right, so let's look at the what effect do we have for the ball? The dash effect. Let's see, where are you? Attach to component. Get flipbook. Okay, so these attaches are what we need to call. Alright, so I need the aim channel. And we also need this guy. And we need to do the same thing. Will defensive aims towards your goal? No, no, it's not. Well, there's no way that you're going to make a full field goal on a defend because it's not going to do a parabolic arc for figuring out where it's going to actually hit the ball. It's just going to hit it towards the other goal. So it would just be a punch to the right or something, right? It's not going to be a punch, that like sends it into the atmosphere on a perfect trajectory to sink it in. I'm not doing it like that. Some interesting things there, yeah. The dystopian genocide, yeah. So much genocide. That should have destroyed itself. Aim charge effect, set aim channel effect. Where's cleanup effects? Aim channel. If aim shooting is false, and this is aim charge effect. Ball speed is not actually stopping it, is it? So I need to see what we do for the other effects. Like there's the ground slide function. So the aim charge effect is creating the aimed shot charge. It's getting set, it's getting attached. Looks like it's getting called too, like the request stop is totally playing. So the issue is something that has to do with killing the actor. Actually, no, it is working. I'm just looking at the wrong thing, I believe. Oh yeah, the World War II bat bomb, where they had a whole bunch of bats in a fake Japanese village, and then the bats got loose. It actually does need a force stop, this, doesn't it? Is that true? I need to double check it. No, I'm just jumping up so I can see the line. Yeah, force stop doesn't need to be true. Because I can use it like that. I'm gonna try changing the time. I'm gonna make it half a second. Charge time. Let's do 0.5. Because we're actually thinking about having a blink ability, like a blink to the ball ability, just where it doesn't actually, like an instant cast sort of thing, where you just blink to it. So you can do shit like that. Blink, yeah, or Bamf or whatever you call teleport. Usually short range instantaneous teleport called a blink. At least that's what I call it. Alright, so the next part of this is the actual thing here for hitting the ball. So let's duplicate the high hit active. Let's call this the aim shot active. Actually, I can just, yeah, I need to delete the aim shot active here. I don't think we'll be able to hit other players with this ability, but I guess we could. Alright, so we want to do it once. So in this event graph, it's when on animation's finished, perform aim shot, needs to do aim shot active. Now the question is, what exactly would we do with this? Should it be only on the ball, or should we do like a specific ball hit? It's probably, yeah, we'll probably do a high hit, and when we get to it,